So wait, speaking of Brazil, tell me about your Brazil trip. I just saw a picture the other day of someone on the top of a mountain, like ziplining down to the beach.
That's cool.
Have you seen that?
No, I was on a beach in Brazil. There weren't
what
really
city
mountains around it.
What city were you mainly in? I forget.
So we flew into Sao Paulo, and then from Sao Paulo we flew to Foz do Iguaçu, which is Iguaçu Falls. That was beautiful. One of the most beautiful places I've ever been. It's like these giant waterfalls. I think it has like 7 times the flow of Niagara Falls.
Ooh.
So it's crazy. And it's not just one waterfall. It's like a whole like valley of them.
Oh.
And just
Like
these
a
rivers.
Disney movie.
Yeah. And it was beautiful. It really did feel like fantasy, like surreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was like a rainbow over the waterfall when we were there, like taking the pictures. And it was cool too because at one point, there's this little point where there's water falling all around you and you can look over the edge and like see all the mist. And there are a bunch of people there. You can actually see the flag to Argentina right like in the distance. So you're like in Brazil, you see the flag to Argentina. And I was sitting there and there were this couple from Argentina. And so we were sitting there talking in like Spanish, Portuguese, and English.
Oh, wow.
So that was so cool. And they like took my picture. I took their picture.
Do most people down there speak like all the different languages or?
In that
Mostly
area,
Portuguese?
it was mostly Portuguese. That
Yeah.
area had a little bit of Spanish. Some people understood the English. Some people didn't. And
Right.
we had 2 people with us. 2 people, our professor and then the
Fluent?
like travel agent that were like fluent. And
Gotcha.
then we knew some words, like you pick up food pretty quick and the basic
you don't have
stuff.
a choice.
Yeah, like
Sometimes you could go
hello.
around. So when I was in Costa Rica, there was a buffet, and I was like, "Oh, this all looks great. Yeah, give me one of those. Give me one of those." And it was cow tongue, which like I ate purposely after that, but I didn't learn that it was cow tongue until after I had it, and someone said that, and then I was just like, "Oh, I wish I just knew what's in my stomach like before I put it in."
Yeah.
But low key, one of my friends, he brought a cow tongue to this barbecue over the summer back in Scranton. And he was like, "Yeah, this was my favorite cow." He like raises cows. I think he names him Lucky because he was supposed to die for some reason, but he lived for another year. I forget the story. So he called him Lucky. He was like, "Oh, he was my favorite cow. We're gonna eat his tongue." So we were grilling up something on the grill, and we just threw that on as well. And this was like later in the day. We were playing cornhole, soccer all day. We had like a bonfire, but this was later in the night. Like all of us were a little tipsy, and we're like, "All right, who's eating the cow tongue?" And all of us tried it. It's actually really not that bad. You just need to know what you're going for, and you kind of need to like chew around the parts just visually, because you could kind of see like taste buds sometimes. I don't think they're really taste buds, but I don't know. It's a tongue. It's a little hairy, but the farther back you go, the meatier it gets. And there was maybe 20 of us, and all the girls for the most part were kind of like, "Ew, it's kind of good, but still ew." And there was this one kid he was just like munchies. He's like, "Oh, it's not that bad." He literally ate half of this cow's tongue. And I don't know if you've ever seen a cow tongue prepared, but it's
No,
like
I
a
haven't.
1.5 feet long.
Wow.
And it's all these, it looks like a calf muscle almost.
Yeah.
Pun intended. No, I'm just kidding.
How does it taste? What kind of meat? Like the texture?
It's
What is
very different throughout it. So you might have parts that feel like they're almost ligaments, like a T-bone steak. You know how there's a lot of lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas other parts, it's like really tender. There's not really anything except soft, like break apartable, melt in your mouthy. But it doesn't have the most beefy flavor. It's
Yeah.
almost more like, I don't want to say chicken, but more like pork, I would say, you know, like a
Yeah.
really tenderized pork.
Yeah. Just kind of breaking
But-
off.
But yeah, first time I ever had it, it's because I just didn't know the Spanish word for cow tongue. They don't have that in any Spanish textbooks. Did
True.
that happen at all in Brazil?
Well, I did try different food. Chicken heart is considered a delicacy there. And here it's like,
What's that like?
you can get it super cheap. It's like, it tastes like chicken, but it's a little more,
It is.
yeah, it is. But it's a little more chewy, a little less like texture, like the meat where it kind of breaks apart. It's just kind of like a chewy and like small. It's pretty small.
Is it like dark
But I
meat?
liked it. It has a darker color. It is kind of like the color of dark meat, but I think it's more like an organ meat. It's not like a cow tongue where it's like thick, or like liver where it's thick, but
Right.
it's almost like closer to a calamari texture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like chewy like that.
I remember pulling out of like a Thanksgiving turkey. They leave like the liver and I guess the heart or whatever.
The gizzards.
I never tried those. Did you ever have those?
No. Wait, is that gizzards or giblets? What's the difference?
I don't.
I've heard both those.
What is a giblet?
I don't know. I think they're organs.
Chicken giblets.
Yeah. Some people like them.
Is that what they fed you in Brazil? Chicken giblets?
No. Just the heart. Just the heart.
How'd you like it though?
It was good. I had another one. I had two.
How did they like fry it? Marinara sauce or
no sauce. I don't
Tikka
think it was
masala.
fried, but it was good how it was. It didn't even need any sauce.
Huh.
But that place was cool that we ate at. That was like a big buffet. There were a lot of buffets we ate at.
Yeah, what's Brazilian food like?
They have a lot of meat. I cheated on my meat thing. I'm pescatarian, or have been for a few years, 4 years, 5 years, I don't know. But down there I cheated because I was like, it's part of the whole thing. And I heard like it's big in Brazil culture, like their meat.
Right.
It has a really good taste to it. It's like almost tastes like fresher or something. And they have a lot of fruit, a lot of their types of fruits like papaya, guava, mango, a lot of the fresh fruit juices. All the juice you drink is like freshly squeezed stuff from like fresh fruit. That was so good. Ah, man, I would do some things for some of that juice again.
So how into the culture did you get? Did you wax your pubes while you were there? Like
No, but I did have a cough at one point. Oh, actually, it was that, and we went whitewater rafting, and I think I got some water in in me, like in my mouth and like nose and ears and stuff.
I never went
I might have got a
rafting.
little something like that. That was fun. That was
Yeah,
cool.
I bet.
The guides that were doing it, they were crazy. They were like diving off the raft, doing flips like into the water and stuff.
Well, like workers? That's
Yeah,
all they do?
yeah. Because they just go down the rapids all day, every day. So
Damn.
they have
a nice
fun
job.
with it. Yeah. But I think I got a little sick from that, and I just had this strong cough, and we were like at some outdoor shops in the one place in Florianopolis. And there was this guy, I guess from the Amazon. He looked like he was from a tribe, like a native kind of garb and stuff, and he just had a few tables set up with all these herbs like out. And I just went up to him and I was like, oh, and like, because I didn't like know how to talk, like speak all the words.
If you did that
and
right
stuff.
now, you would be shot on site.
Yeah, I know, right. He's like, no, we don't have anything for you.
No, Corona.
But
I'm at risk.
he like understood what I was saying, and he's like, oh, this one's good. And he just like gave me a little packet of these herbs, and I took them back and had some of that. I was like, drink or smoke? He's like, drink.
He goes, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Pula.
I should have tried smoking them, because I tried putting them in hot water and it didn't really work. I didn't really get anything out of them.